Tonight at 9, a groundbreaking moment. See how a new performing arts center could impact Ball State and the Muncie community.
President-elect Donald Trump has announced Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be a part of his cabinet. Learn what his role is in the new Trump administration.
A family-owned flower shop is going strong. See how they've kept their 90-year-old business afloat.
In Ohio's most recent legislation, find out how this is affecting public schools and universities across the state.
And I am tracking some mild conditions tonight in my full forecast.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Eli Grasham.
And I'm Demar Robinson. It's a big day for Ball State. A new performing arts center officially began construction today.
NewsLink Indiana's Kamara Munn joins us live at the site to fill us in on what it means for the community. Kamara?
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm right here at the groundbreaking site for the new buildings to come in. Earlier today, there were chairs lined up under a tent full of supportive community members ready to celebrate the new additions to campus. Now, if you're wondering what all this construction is behind me, I have more details. Ball State Village Revitalization Plan is in action here on campus. A groundbreaking was held earlier today to celebrate the new Performing Arts Center and Hotel. With over 160 performances annually, Department Chair of Theater and Dance Bill Jenkins says this new amenity will enhance the experiences of students.
I don't think we can overstate the importance of this venue. We're in facilities now that are almost 70 years old, and those venues were not built for the programs that we have. So this new venue will actually be indicative of the quality of the programs that we have.
These new additions to campus are part of President Murren's strategic plan, Destination 2040. He is elated about the community engagement during the process.
This has been a long-term project by so many people at the university and so many people in the community, and it's just wonderful to be a part of seeing their vision, seeing their hard work come to fruition with this ceremonial groundbreaking.
Developed by Shake Hotels, Kentio Hotel will have 97 rooms with a rooftop bar and ground floor restaurant. Greg Shake, president and CFO of Shake Hotels, hopes the hotel will be a home away from home.
Some people being so close to Indy and Fishers and Noblesville, sometimes they'll go back home if they're up here. We're hopeful that a lot of people that are up here will now say, you know what, this place is super cool, we want to spend the night and spend a little extra time here in Muncie.
The ceremony gathered many community members, students, and staff to celebrate a step forward in improving the experiences of campus. The buildings are set to be completed by summer of 2026, along with some additional housing options in the making. In Muncie, Kamara Munn, NewsLink Indiana.
Thank you, Kamara.
You know, I am so glad whenever we add a new, I've always loved when new facilities are opened around campus.
It really helps bring together the campus community and the Muncie community.
Yeah, I think the up top restaurant, of course, with the hotel, of course, the Performing Arts Center. It's a great thing.
It's fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Normandy Flower Shop has been a beloved staple in Muncie since the 1930s. But how has this company continued to grow?
NewsLink's Mira Bloomer has a story.
In the heart of downtown Muncie, a family-owned business has been helping the community bloom for decades. Normandy Flower Shop has served Muncie for nearly 90 years, offering fresh flowers and plants with a personal touch. Today it's run by Judy Benkin, a third-generation florist who bought the flower shop in 1982.
But I started out in the flower business. My parents and grandparents had owned greenhouses. My dad owns Paul's Flower Shop here in town. My dad was Paul, and I was the youngest. My older brother has that shop now.
Founded in the 1930s by Nick and Meta Mentis, the shop has been a cornerstone to the downtown Muncie community. After they retired, Judy took over the shop and continued to build on that legacy with her dedication to family.
We were starting a family, and I wanted my kids to grow up around family. So this was a great reason to move back to Muncie. We bought a flower shop.
Today, Judy's children are a part of the team, making sure Normandy Flower Shop remains in Muncie for generations to come.
Just nice to still be together, even though we've been a lot of long, hard hours. So I wasn't always there when they were little, because I'd have to be here.
When it comes to having a parent that works in a flower shop, Holiday time, you don't see that parent because they're gone. They're working late. They're going in early every day, staying late.
As the holiday approaches, the Normandy Flower Shop is preparing for one of its busiest times of year. From last-minute gifts to holiday arrangements, the shop is carrying on a tradition and ready to help customers navigate the holiday stress.
I missed, when the holidays rolled around, I missed the flower shop. I missed the floral business. It's always crazy busy, and I guess I love it.
Normandy Flower Shop has continued to thrive, prioritizing family values, a tradition that remains strong in this community. In Muncie, Mira Bloomer, NewsLink, Indiana.
Normandy Flower Shop continues to flourish. For more information, visit normandyflowershop.net.
And you know, right now, it doesn't seem like flowers are starting to grow, and we'll learn more about that now to Hunter with weather.
Yeah, no, the seasons are now finally changing to fall. Currently in our area, we're at 51 degrees in Muncie and 49 in Indianapolis, and that'll be persistent throughout tonight. But today we reach a high of 57 degrees, which we're usually around 53. So again, above average for this time of year, not quite beating that 71 in 1989. But I am tracking some warm temperatures for the weekend, but cloudy conditions are on the way with potential of snow in my full forecast.
Thank you, Hunter. President-elect Donald Trump announced that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will serve as his Health and Human Services Secretary.
As a secretary, Kennedy will be responsible for programs such as HIPAA and social services. The department also works closely with the Food and Drug Administration and the Department of Homeland Security. Kennedy has been one of the nation's most prominent anti-vaccine conspiracy theorists for years and has frequently spread false conspiracy theories of the safety and the efficiency, of vaccines. Kennedy will need to go through a confirmation process which might draw some pushback from the Senate, Republicans who have issues with his stance on vaccines. Ohio is set to become one of the latest states with a bathroom ban affecting transgender students. State lawmakers passed a bill requiring all public school and college students to use a bathroom or locker rooms that matches the sex they were assigned at birth. Morgan Trial has the latest.
Being seen in a bathroom where it doesn't look like you belong puts transgender students in danger.
Transgender students like Leo Duru, who says he's been verbally and physically attacked after entering bathrooms that don't align with his identity as a trans man.
I still overthink every move I make and try to leave during classes so that fewer people will be in the restrooms.
Now he fears what will happen under Ohio's soon-to-be law. The Senate passed SB 104, which requires all public schools and colleges to mandate that students can only use the bathroom or locker room that matches their sex assigned at birth. It now heads to the governor's desk. Trans Ohio's Dara Adkisson says this will make the lives of queer youth harder after Ohio already banned gender-affirming care and their participation in school sports.
There are people that hate them so unequivocally just for wanting to use the bathroom. What are we doing?
But State Rep Adam Byrd says this bill is about public safety.
It is controversial, but it is an issue of protection for those people that are vulnerable.
A study from UCLA found that there is no evidence of safety risks by letting trans people use facilities that align with their identity. An American Academy of Pediatrics study did find that it's actually the transgender teens who face a greater risk of sexual assaults in schools that prevent them from using the bathrooms they choose. Still, Byrd says that there's fear that assaults could happen if the bill isn't passed.
We don't want men in the girls' restroom, and I think also that the other way is true too, because as a young man, you don't want to be falsely accused in a restroom by somebody of the opposite sex that has come in there.
There are some exceptions, like a parent helping a child under 10, a caretaker with someone with a disability, or someone who's responding to a legitimate emergency. Schools would have to use their own funding to build single-use stalls for trans kids.
It is part of a targeted attack against people who can't fully speak for themselves.
Governor Mike DeWine has said he will sign the bill once it gets to his desk. Meanwhile, Ohio LGBTQ advocates are already planning to file discrimination lawsuits.
The Onion, a satirical news site, has won bidding wars for conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's InfoWars website. Jones has been found guilty of defaming the families by suggesting the Sandy Hook shooting was a hoax. The company was being auctioned off to help pay the more than $1 billion he owes the families of the victims. The amount of the bid has not been announced. As a result of the purchase, The Onion now owns InfoWars' intellectual property, including its website and the production equipment used to put Jones on air. Jones slammed the sale on social media, claiming it was unconstitutional.
Clinical psychologist Adam Borland with Cleveland Clinic says a lack of sunlight can impact vitamin D levels.
Are you feeling down with the change in weather? Find out how the lack of sun can impact your mood.
And a recent recall on Chrysler vehicles. Find out what is being recalled after the break.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Welcome back. The days are shorter and darker. The temperatures are getting colder. If you feel down this time of year, you're not alone. Licensed clinical psychologist Adam Borland with Cleveland Clinic says a lack of sunlight can impact vitamin D levels and serotonin levels. It can lead to symptoms like sadness, fatigue, and fluctuating appetite. Borland says maintaining a healthy daily routine can help.
Going to bed around the same time, trying to get up around the same time, monitoring diet and any potential alcohol or other substance usage, engaging in physical exercise, making sure that you socialize, engage in any creative outlets.
Borland also suggests using a sun lamp, which can mimic natural light and help regulate the sleep cycle. He also says it's important for a person with seasonal affective disorder to stay connected to others.
Chrysler is recalling more than 200,000 of vehicles because of a potential anti-lock brake system malfunction. The recall is from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. It impacts 2018 and 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Dodge Durangos. According to Chrysler, the malfunction may cause some brake lights to illuminate incorrectly. The issue could also be disable the electronic stability control and allow a driver to start and shift out of park without the brake pedal being applied. Stellantis, which owns Chrysler, says braking capability is not affected. The company is also not aware of any accidents or injuries related to the malfunction. The solution to the problem is still in the works.
And again, today's temperature is around 57 degrees, but we'll have a slight change coming up in my full forecast.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours.
Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The time is 9:19 and you're taking a live look outside the Cooper Science Building. Stargazers have a special reason to look skyward this weekend. The last supermoon of the year is arriving tomorrow. That's when a full moon happens while it's at its closest approach to the Earth, making the moon brighter and bigger than usual. This moon will also be a beaver moon, which got its name because November is when beavers prepare for winter by strengthening their dams and storing more food.
Yeah, so I mean, we might have some cloudy conditions tomorrow, so we'll have to keep you posted if you can see that supermoon. Today, we reach a high of 57 degrees. Our average is around 53, so again, looking on the more warmer side of November. Right now, it's 51 degrees in Muncie, but in most of the hometown areas, we're dropping into the 40s, and we'll actually stay in the upper 40s for tonight. But again, like I mentioned, the 24-hour temperature change, not much different here, between 1 to 2 degrees different, and that will stay persistent throughout the weekend ahead at least before we get a system shakeup soon. With that radar, though, you can see those showers that are pushing out of the state as this low pressure is exiting, which again, like we had occasional showers as you were walking in between classes today, but that will be all away by the time you head out the door tomorrow morning. Those winds are starting to kind of die down slowly today as this low pressure is exiting the state. We have winds west-northwest at 13 miles per hour in our area. So again, pretty gusty as you are heading out this evening. Like I mentioned, though, tonight we'll dip down into 49 degrees by 5 a.m. with also a change in winds here. As you can see, 2 a.m. it's west-northwest at 8, but changing direction to northwest by 5 a.m. And that will bring more of, again, a seasonal day with a high of 53 degrees, mostly cloudy conditions here. But not much change from the low. Again, 49 degrees tonight, again, dipping up to actually 53 with winds northwest at 5 miles per hour. For that precision cast, we'll have some cloudy skies exiting the state Friday, bringing a mix of partly cloudy conditions Saturday. So again, you could potentially see that supermoon tomorrow night. We'll keep you posted on that. But we'll have, again, that drought that's being stored into our area here. We are in a moderate drought for Delaware County, but our northern counties are in that severe drought. And again, if we don't get much more rain, this will push more south into our viewing area. For the next 6 to 10 days, we're going to be pretty neutral on our temperatures, about average for this time of the year. But we'll have a nice, sharp change coming up into the next week ahead as we have some more rain. Again, 61 degrees on Monday, but we'll start to dip down into the 50s. We got 59 degrees on Wednesday, changing into, guess what, potential of having snow on Thursday.
Sorry, I had to give a little jolt of energy there. I love snow.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
I don't know.
You know, it is crazy to me that we are seeing temperatures in the 60s still in November. It feels like it still hasn't gotten to those winter temperatures we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, I think within the next couple of weeks, the models will persist to start to slightly dip down into more fall and winter-like temperatures.
Thank you, Hunter. There's a lot more to get into NewsLink Indiana. Jake Dickman has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Demar and Eli. Basketball fever is taking over campus in more ways than one, and two legends are returning to the playing field. All this next in sports.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Dickman with sports. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will be interviewed by Ball State alum David Letterman in Emmons Auditorium. The interview is a part of Letterman's Distinguished Professional Lecture and Workshop Series, which was started by the university in 2008. Clark was drafted by the Indiana Fever first overall after a historic college career at Iowa. The reigning Rookie of the Year will be at Emmons on Monday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. Tickets will be available free of charge for students on Saturday, November 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Emmons Auditorium box office. The tickets for students are first come, first served, with tickets for the general public being available starting at 10 a.m. on November 18th. To keep it on the hardwood, Ball State women's basketball has now started 2 straight seasons 3-0 after last night's dominant win over the Memphis Tigers. The Cards had themselves a day on the offensive end of the ball, and as they finished with a season-high 29 team assists, which ranks as the 3rd most in a game in program history. Senior guard Allie Becky posted her first career triple-double, making her just the 3rd player in the entire country to do so this year. Senior forward Elise Stuck also added to the scoring as she posted a career high in points with 20. The Cardinals will take to the court next this Saturday for their first road game of the year against Northern Iowa. To take things down the slopes, one of the greatest skiers of all time is returning to the sport. Lindsey Vonn is ending her 5-year retirement after months of testing her fitness. In 2019, she said she believed her body was broken beyond repair. However, Vonn had a partial knee replacement surgery in April, and now she says she can ski without pain. The now 40-year-old will travel to Colorado to rejoin the U.S. ski team. Vonn spent 18 years on the World Cup circuit, winning 82 World Cup races, 3 Winter Olympic medals, and 8 World Championship medals. Taking things to the ring, Mike Tyson will make his return to the boxing scene tomorrow. The 58-year-old former heavyweight champion steps back into the professional ring for the first time in more than 19 years to take on 27-year-old YouTube sensation turned fighter Jake Paul. Iron Mike brings an overall record of 50-6 all-time, with 44 of those wins being via knockout. Despite this impressive record, one of Tyson's most notable career moments includes biting off a piece of Evander Holyfield's ear in 1997, the same year in which Paul was born. The YouTube star boasts a 10-1 record, including 7 knockout victories of his own. The The two were set to face off earlier this year, but the match was postponed when Tyson experienced an ulcer flare-up. The bout takes place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and it will stream live on Netflix starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't think I'd ever see it. Mike Tyson returning to the ring at 58 years old against Jake Paul of all people?
There's a lot going on with that. I think a part of me wants to say, Tyson's going to destroy Paul, but granted, he's also 58, and things could happen.
I mean, I'm going to take... It's still Mike Tyson. It doesn't matter that he's 58.
Absolutely.
It's Mike Tyson.
Thank you, Jake.
Absolutely.
After the break, Stephanie Weaver has your campus coverage.
And we have one final look at your weather.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Stephanie Weaver, and this is your campus coverage. On Tuesday, I joined Benny Buddies to see what their cultural bonding club was all about.
Benny Buddies hosted their last event of the semester called Crafts and Chat. This event gathered together students from different cultural backgrounds.
We've seen this as a way to just connect students from around the world, our international students, also students who come here from the United States as well.
A sense of unity and social bonds filled the room as students from different backgrounds came together to have some fun. Simple crafting activities were provided for students to participate in, the most popular being origami and bracelet making. New and social friendships continue to be made at events like these.
I really like it because it's a very nice community. People are really nice here, and you get to speak with people of different cultures.
Benny Buddies is certainly a great place to hang out, make some friends, and learn about different cultures and backgrounds.
The end of the semester may be near, but Benny Buddies will be back in the spring for more events. Not about you guys, but I do a lot of crafts such as making scarves and those little things for your pans, and also matching bracelets too.
Remember when I was a kid, I used to make loom bracelets.
Oh, that's
really
what I do, yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
All right, now we'll send it to our final weather.
Yeah, no, it's going to get actually warmer this weekend. For between Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be in the 60s. But we're going to have some rain in store beginning on Monday, as we do have this nice dip in temperatures starting on Tuesday night, beginning with the lows in the 48. And then Wednesday, a nice shift between 59 to 39. That's a significant dip in high temperatures here, in which we're going to have a potential of sleet and potentially some snow in store. So we're going to keep you posted, of course, with the first round of snow potentially coming into next week.
Thank you, Arthur.
Thank you. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.